All right, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Now I'm doing a lesson on icons, and I'm gonna try to tie a few things into it. More so, this is actual painting of a Moor. All right. Now, the thing you have to understand about the Moors are, when our ancestors first got into Spain and in southern Europe and North Europe, and northern Italy, they were for the main part dark skin or different shades of brown, melanated. But when they started to mix with the women of the other nations, they became more fairer skinned. All right, to pretty much looking like Edomites. All right. So when you melanated, you can be from, a light brown, fair skin, to a dark brown, from where, if you look at a distance, it looks black. So when the scriptures refer to black, when it refers to someone's skin color, it's referring to dark brown. All right, or the various shades of brown. Now, because you can say my beard is melanated or melania or melis, and you can say my skin is melis or melania. All right, it's up to the interpreter to distinguish which one it's referring to. All right, now this is actual Moor. Obviously done no or very little mixing with the nations, the different Edomite or Moabite nations in Europe, or Japhetic nations in Europe or Eurasia. He looks brown skinned. He has the nose and the woolly beard and the structure of a Judite, or from one of the tribes of Israel. All right. So I'm mainly going to be here in Songs of Solomon. I'm going through a few words. All right. Now the point is that the root of Israel, our skin complexion is dark brown. All right. That's how you would identify Israel, as being dark brown skinned. All right, because all the famous or patriarchs of Israel were melanated. All right. Now, when we started to mix with the other nations, we became more fairer skinned. All right, to looking like so-called white people or Edomites. All right, but your seed is according to your father. So no matter what you look like, you're still an Israelite if your seed comes from this seed of an Israelite. All right. So just because you're not melanated doesn't mean you're not an Israelite. All right. So I know we're doing shows on icons and everything, and we're proving that the Lord was a so-called black man, and the Greek men of the Bible were so-called black men. But that's not to say that brothers of fairer skin complexions are not Israelites. All right. Now the two brothers that are in our camp that are fairer skinned, their mother is Irish. All right. Very fair skin. All right, I forget exactly what she looks like, but she looks like a so-called white woman from the images I can remember. All right, and if you look at her, you would say, "Oh, she's an Edomite," but in our opinion, we don't believe she was an Edomite. All right, and her father is so-called Puerto Rican, a parium. All right, pretty much my complexion. All right, now if you look in Songs of Solomon 1, 5, and 6. Let's look up some of these words. It says, "I am black, but calmly, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon." Now, when it says black, it's not referring to actual color of black. It's referring to different shades of melanin. All right, which a person is not actually black. All right, there's no actual black person walking around. All right, we got Shakor in the Hebrew. Use a black of hair, black color of the face. All right, which again, when you see the word black color of the face, is referring to dark, very dark brown. All right, or the different shades of brown. All right, and then it gives you examples like the tints of Kedar, so you know what shade of brown it's referring to. All right, this is referring to the highest extreme of Shakor. All right, or the highest extreme of melanin or melania, which we're going to see in the Greek. All right, blackish color of the face. That's the most extreme point you can get to in melanin is black. All right. Says I am black but calmly. All right. Where we at? I'm going to the Greek. Melania. All right, which means black, or the different shades of brown. All right, because no person's skin is actually black. All right, and you could say that we have, I have melanin. All right, in my skin. That's the Greek word for melanin. All right, that's all right. You know, it says melania, emi kai kele. I am black and beautiful. Let's look this up. Forgot what that meant. To exist, to happen. All right. Present. So okay, so it says I am black and beautiful. All right, Melania Emi Kai Kele. All right, I am melanated and beautiful. All right. Now we're going to look down here. It says, look not upon me because I am black, because the sun has looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. All right, it's from Esau. All right, mother's children. Now it says, look not upon me because I am black. And we have here for black, we have Shakor Kor, or Shakor Khor. All right. Now down here, we're going to look for that same word in the Greek, that Greek equivalent. We got me Milano mene. Me Milano mene. All right. Which Milano goes back to Italy. All right, because you have a city in Italy called Milan, or yeah, a city in Italy called Milan. All right, and this word here for black in the Greek is me Milano mene. All right, and you see here you have Milano. All right, that would be equivalent to Melano. All right, if you don't know. All right, Milano. All right, now I say that to go into Alyssa Milano and Italy. Milano. Now she's she's a descendant of the Moors. All right, because when the Moors first went into Europe, all right, they looked like this. And then as the years pressed on, if they started to procreate with the fair-skinned people of the land, they would eventually look like this, like Alyssa Milano. And it's just a coincidence that her last name is Milano. All right. And the Greek word for black, you have Milano in it. Me Milano mene. Then they act like they don't know where the word came from when you click on it. There's no associated Strong's number for the form. Because I believe this only shows up one time in the Septuagint. And they have no definition for it. But through research, a series of coincidences, I find out that, the word Milano may mean black. All right. Well, it has to mean black, because that's the equivalent for Shakor. All right. Milano mene. All right. And you look in here, you have Milano. All right. Now, Alyssa Milano is of Italian origin. It says Alyssa Milano, Alyssa J. Milano. Yeah, she was in Charmed. Who's the Boss? My name is Earl. Mistress. All right. We'll get that. So Milano was born December 1972 in Brooklyn, the daughter of fashion designer and talent manager Lynn Milano and film music editor Thomas Milano. She and her brother Corey, who is 7 years her junior, are of Italian ancestry. She was raised a Roman Catholic. All right. So she would be a descendant of a man that looked like this. All right, a Moor. All right. Now I'm going to show you an icon before I proceed farther. Now, forget exactly who these are, but you have more like a prophet, an angel, and a woman, because she has her head covered. All right, 'cause this is how all women, Christian women in the faith, dressed. They had their head covered. All right, if you were in the faith, you had your head covered. All right. So if you claim to be a obedient woman, you would have your head covered. All right. But we know most women ain't gonna do that. Now, let me look at that. Zoom in. As you can see, they're melanated. All right. The woman, the angel, and the prophet, all melanated. All right. Now you can't say that this was like old paint or anything. Like I heard that it's old paint. They restored it. They lightened the images up because they were so old. Well, I have this book I bought when I first came to the truth some years ago. I think like 2009 or 10. It was very expensive. I think I overpaid for the book. It's like $150. Now, it's called The Power of Icons. Yeah, I bought it about 2008, 2009. Now, let's read what this says about the icon. About this icon that we just saw. All right? All this melanin. All right? Which again proves that the people of the Bible were dark-skinned people for the main part. The great people of the Bible, referring to the Israelites, were dark-skinned people. All right? And then when we started mixing with Moab and Esau, some of us became fairer skinned. All right. Let's read what this says. It says the icon is in very good condition. Nearly all the original paintwork, as well as the final highlights on the faces, clothing, and buildings, has been preserved. So there's no getting around that these dark images that are in these icon books and that are all written in all the caves and on the different paintings throughout Europe and Russia are exactly the way they're supposed to look. And the paint didn't get darker over the centuries. Now read this again. The icon is in very good condition. Nearly all the original paintwork, as well as the final highlights on the faces. I mean, I don't have to read anymore. Clothing and the buildings has been preserved. All right. Has been preserved. All right. Let's look up. Preserved. Preserve, to keep alive or in existence, make last, to keep safe from harm or injury, protect or spare. All right, this is elementary. I just did that just to further prove the point. Very good condition, as well as the final highlights on the faces, clothing, and buildings has been preserved. All right, I need to say no more about that. This is the exact way it was painted some 500, 600 years ago, whatever the date is on this. All right. This is exactly the way it was painted. All right. With melanin, dark skinned. So you can't say that this image has gotten darker because of the paint got old. All right. Now, Alyssa Milano, I said she was a descendant of the Moors. All right, where we got? She's one of the daughters of a man that looked like this. looked like a Israelite, a dark skin, woolly hair, and they had the body structure of an Israelite. All right, now some which that you probably brothers probably didn't know. He's Ludovico Sforza. He's related to Giovanni Sforza. He was the one of the he was married to, I believe, one of the Borgias, uh, Giovanni. He was married to Lucretia, I believe. All right, I believe his cousin or his brother. They had the same last name, Sforza, the house of Sforza. All right, so he was alive during the Renaissance period. All right, and he actually commissioned the painting, the Last Supper. He was one of the patrons. I mean, he paid Leonardo da Vinci to actually paint that image of the Last Supper, which is a complete whitewash. All right, this again proves that, or it proves that our people had a hand in taking the dark images down also. All right. Now, the unique thing about Ludovico Sforza was he was known as the Moor. All right. Ludovico Maria Sforza, also known as Ludovico el Moro, was a Duke of Milan from 1494, following the death of his nephew Galazzo Sforza, until 1499. A member of the Sforza family, and he's related to Giovanni Sforza, which was married to Lucretia Borgia. All right. And they end up getting divorced, as you've seen on the show. I believe he had to claim impotence or something like that, and that gave him the right to get divorced. All right, so and that's one of the ways we became more fair skinned. We kept procreating with fairer skinned people. All right, now if you go all the way back, his line he would look just like this. He would just look like a dark skinned, the extreme end of melanin. All right. Now there's another point I wanted to make about the word melanin or melania. All right, I am black, and Kai's and Kele is beautiful. All right, so we're gonna look up melania. It's G3189, which is extreme end of melanin or melanie or malus is black. Then it goes down to brown, into different shades till it gets to very fair, and then you would go to like a pale, so-called white-looking color. All right, like you would describe black ink. You wouldn't say black ink is brown. So the extreme end of melanin would be all the way black. All right, but no, there's no such thing as an actual black person. All right, malus. Melus, apparently a primary word, black. All right. Then it gives you all the words where Melus shows up in the New Testament. All right. Now it says Greek inflections, meaning different uses, different type of way, different forms it shows up in here. That was it on there. So these icons have been preserved. All right. Highlights on the faces, clothing, and buildings have been preserved. All right. And Solomon here is saying that he's black and beautiful, or he's melanated. All right. Now, because our people mix with the nations, some of us has become fairer skinned. All right. That's not to say that there aren't Israelites. I believe she's 100% an Israelite, with no doubt in my mind. She's 100% an Israelite. All right, Alyssa Milano. All right. This is John 7:24, because when you're trying to determine what nation someone's from, You have to read their spirit. All right. You have to read their spirit, and you can't just irresponsibly to say, "Oh, this person's an Edomite, this person's an Israelite." Because I mentioned before about the two fair-skinned brothers in our camp. Their mother's Irish, and from what I remember, she looks like a so-called white woman. All right. But their father looks like a so-called Puerto Rican, a very dark-skinned Puerto Rican. All right. And I believe that both parents are Israelites. All right. And they came out looking more so like their mother in complexion. Just like Alyssa Milano, more than likely looks more like her mother if you go down her family line all the way back to the purer form of what our people look like. All right, that dark melanated skin color. All right. So I say that to say, John 7:24, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. All right, meaning don't automatically exclude people because of the way they look. You got Ophis. All right, seeing sight, face, the countenance. All right. Again, both of these are Israelites. This painting of this Israelite and this picture of this Israelite. All right, Alyssa Milano. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. Meaning, get the facts straight. All right. Go into the history to figure out what the truth is. And try the spirits. All right. So that was my lesson that was my icon lesson. We have we got Shakur and Hebrew, Melania, beautiful Kele. All right. And we have in the 6th verse in the Greek, I'm stressing that me Milano Mene. All right, you have Milano right here. You got Melano, Milano, me Milano Mene, which means black, which was referring to a dark brown. All right. Then we went all the way to, from Alyssa Milano to Ludovico Sforza, El Moro. All right. And he had a hand in having the Last Supper painted by Leonardo da Vinci. All right. So our own people are also responsible for our own iconoclasm. All right. These are not melanated people right here. These are all, pale. They lack the pigment in their skin. All right. You look up pale, it means not bright or brilliant. Matter of fact, let's look that up. Lacking intensity, referring to skin color here. A lighter colored or lacking color. Lacking the usual intensity of color, meaning lacking the melanin, due to fear, illness, stress, of low degree chroma saturation, to become pale, to seem less important, less remarkable. All right. So Esau lacks the pigment in his skin, or the melanin. It's a better word. Esau lacks the melanin in his skin. All right. All right. So that was a lesson. Hope you brothers were edified. Until the next one, Shalom.